How you doing, Al? Long time. You're looking good. Sailor?
Yeah, how you doing?
I think I look better than I feel, John.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I heard something that didn't agree with me about you cooperating with the grand jury, telling the district attorney everything you know. I'd like an answer.
Hey, Al, I don't have to give you an answer. But I'll give you some advice. No extra charge. It isn't for the newspapers this time. This time they're on a real tear. Big cleanup. Now, that means get Al Doyle, right? No, I don't know. Can they get you or can't they? All I know is I'm out. On account of it's going to get worse before it gets better. Hey, Al, you do what you want. You don't need me to tell you that. But don't you come putting the hammer on me for not telling you what's going on around town. Maybe we'll do business again sometime.
You know, there's only one thing worse than killing a cop. That's letting a cop that knows as much as he does talk to the DA about it.
Was that his wife?
Yeah, Elizabeth. She died about 3 years ago. Fine woman.
You two were pretty tight?
Our wives went to school together. Wait a minute.
Gentlemen,
How'd you get here so fast?
I just live a couple of blocks from here.
Anything you want to tell us?
Preliminary, death by gunshot. Probably self-inflicted.
Okay. Go ahead.
See you, Bernie. You know any reason why he might have killed himself?
His wife is dead. No kids, lonely. Thinking of retirement on a pension that he knows he can't live on because the prices are going up.
You know that he got hit by a subpoena in that grand jury investigation on the Vice thing?
Yeah, I know that, too. That couldn't have helped.
Cops have enough occupational hazards without adding suicide. This is the third one this year, isn't it, Roy?
Yeah, sure is. Maybe that's something your boss ought to think about.
Now, what's that supposed to mean? We hounded Baker to death?
All right. Forget I said it.
I already did.
All right. Baker blew himself away because he knew he'd lose a job if he didn't waive immunity. And if he waived immunity and he testified, he could be indicted for receiving bribes. So he was in a ringer. That the idea?
Now, I've heard of worse reasons.
Excepting for one little problem. Baker offered us a deal. full cooperation with the DA's investigation in return for an early retirement in grade.
Well, I didn't know anything about that. Why didn't you?
Because the geniuses are still thinking it over.
Well, why would Baker want to kill himself before he found out if he could make his deal?
You tell me. Yeah, come here. You two know Jerry O'Brien from the DA's office here? Dwayne Rogers and Eddie Hope.
How you doing, Steve? Sorry we're late.
You two aren't homicide, are you?
No, Vice.
Now they're working on Doyle, looking to see where Baker's tied in.
Oh, good deal. All right, let's say after he made his offer, he started thinking about what could happen to him if you people bought it, and he really had to cooperate.
Whatever else Baker was, he was no man to be afraid.
Not even of Doyle?
No chance.
Well, where does that leave us?
Well, anybody want to consider the possibility that he was murdered?
What?
What do you know, Mike?
Nothing. No more than you do.
Well, if he was murdered, then somebody had to know about his offer to cooperate with the DA.
Now, wait a minute. You're talking about a leak. Well, not from my office. We didn't even know there was any talk about a deal.
You didn't know?
Well, don't give me that. Nobody did.
All right. Come on. Have you two guys go on outside and start hitting each other, and let's all cool it out. Wasn't any leak if Baker killed himself. And although I'm not putting it out of my mind, I don't see anything here that points to murder. Now, I want you two to go on out and do your jobs. Check your sources. Let's see if we can put a ribbon on this one, okay?
All right. Listen, Captain, I got a call from a hooker. She usually gives me good tips. She could be steamed up enough to talk about Doyle.
What's her name?
Well, I don't know her real name, but they call her Lily Marlene.
All right, talk to her. Let me know what's on her mind.
What makes you think she wants to talk about Doyle?
What else you call me for? Oh, come on, will ya? Listen, there isn't a hooker in this town who isn't splitting part of her action with Doyle. This one's smart. She knows it. And she doesn't dig Doyle. She even uses words like exploited.
Prostitutes of the world unite.
That's Lily Marlene, real coyote. Hey, Lily? 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 Shh.
Steve, take the front. A guy in a blue work jacket.
She's dead.
Hold it, police! Steve, around the corner! Hold it!
Steve!
A woman was pronounced dead on arrival at Franklin Hospital. The driver of the car, James Gantry, died on impact. The latest report on San Francisco Police Inspector Stephen Keller, who was also taken to Franklin, is that he remains on the critical list. At the stadium today, again,
I said the woman sailor, not a cop. I mean, did I? Did I say anything about killing another cop?
Come on, Al. What was I supposed to do? I mean, like, how much time did I have? Got the phone call. I found the closest man I could, and I told him to do the job.
All I know is, if they tie that clown to me, it's your head, sailor.
Al, relax. No way. That's why I didn't do the job myself. Or have one of our own boys do it.
I'll be right with you, Mike. I want to check in.
Jeannie.
Mike, how
Why
is
aren't you
he?
in school? What are you doing here?
Don Benter called and told me what happened.
Well, it's none of his business.
It sure isn't. It's yours. You should have called me.
Sweetheart, there's nothing you can do.
All right, let's not argue about it. I got the first plane and I'm here.
I think you met my daughter, Jeannie, Captain Devitt.
Yeah, sure, Jeannie.
Mike, how's Steve?
Steve's in pretty bad shape, Jeannie.
He's alive, isn't he?
Yes, he's alive, but that's about all. It's the central nervous system. And there's nothing more they can do.
Mike.
I can only tell you Doyle is finished. I can't tell you how I'm going to do it. I can only tell you he is finished.
Mike, now take it easy.
No, I won't take it easy. I'm taking it hard. Do you mind?
When it knocks your judgment from here to Marin County, you bet I do. You're off the case.
Oh, no, sir, now. Doyle is mine.
No, sir, not anymore. He's not. We'll find out who's responsible for what happened to Keller, but we'll do it with policemen and not with maniacs looking for revenge.
Well, now, you listen to me. Steve is more to me than just a guy that you're thrown together with.
Sure, I know what you mean.
No, you don't know. All you know is that you get up in the morning, you do a day's work, keep your nose clean, and say, hey, look what a great cop I am. Well, you are like all the rest of them in this damn place. I want to tell you, Al Doyle made a vegetable out of Steve, and I am going to drop him. He is mine.
You're strung out, Mike.
You just butt out. Just butt out.
I can't do that, but I can have you suspended.
You do that, Captain. You just do that. Jeannie?
Mike?
Yeah.
It's so early. What are you doing home? Is it about Steve? Did something happen?
No, it's not about Steve. I just had a run-in with Devitt, that's all. Ah, it's so good to have you home.
What do you mean? What happened?
Don't you give me that look. Nothing happened. I just told Devitt what I thought of him, and he flopped me, that's all. Let's celebrate, huh? Calls for a celebration. Let's go to your favorite restaurant. How about it?
But I thought you liked Roy Devitt.
I did before he got all those promotions, forgot what it was like walking the streets.
Well, what did you fight about?
Oh, nothing. He's like all the rest. He's a pencil pusher. Wouldn't recognize an honest feeling if it hit him in the face. Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, I guess they think I'm going to hand in my resignation before I start walking a beat again. They're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Mike, what's the matter with you?
Nothing at all.
Then why are you acting like this? Why won't you tell me what's going on? I've never seen you like this before.
I'm sorry.
It's because of Steve, isn't it? Mike, why can't I see him?
Because I don't want you to.
Look, I don't care what he looks like. And how do you know he wouldn't recognize us and be glad we're there? You don't know, do you? You don't know that he doesn't want to see us?
We can't see him now. Yeah, Stone. Okay, thanks. Devitt filed formal charges against me. They've already scheduled a hearing.
Michael Stone, the charge against you, namely that you refused to obey a proper order and conducted yourself in an insubordinate and threatening manner toward a superior officer, has been proved. It is the ruling of this commission that you will be reduced to the rank of patrolman and will report forthwith to the uniformed command for assignment.
Hello?
Hiya, Miss Stone. This is Dwayne Rogers. I saw you this morning at your dad's hearing. Yeah, I'm just talking with my partner, Eddie Hill, and we were saying what a rough break your dad had. And, well, we were wondering how he was taking it and if there was anything at all that we could do to help.
Well, I wish I knew how he was taking it. He didn't come home with me, and I haven't heard from him.
Well, look, would you like us to try and find him? I mean, did he say where at all he was going?
No. But if you see him, would you ask him to just call me, please? I'd really appreciate it.
We'll look around for him. We'll see what's what, and we'll keep in touch with you, all right? But take it easy. Which way?
You want to get jerked around? I'll tell you how. Work for the city. Be a cop. That's what I am. I'm a cop. But don't open your mouth. No. Don't open your mouth. You open your mouth, they zap you for it good and hard. Bunch of bums, that's what cops are. Just plain bums.
How you doing, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant, how's it going?
Lieutenant? I'm not a lieutenant. What's the matter with you guys?
Hey, you know, we've been looking for you.
Oh, yeah? Why? They want to apologize? How about a drink? Hey, bartender, give these are public servants. Yeah, give them a drink, will you?
No, thanks, Mike. Look, what do you say we walk?
Walk? You want to walk? Walk. I don't start walking till tomorrow at 0800. Then I'll show them how to walk a beat.
Hey, look, they stuck it to you pretty good, didn't they, Mike?
That's what they think.
You got some other idea?
Yeah, you better believe it. Tomorrow's when I do all right. At 0800.
How you gonna do that?
I don't like too many questions.
Yeah, well, who does?
You don't have to paint any pictures for us. We know what you're saying.
Did I say anything? Did I say anything?
No.
All I said was, that's where the action is, right out there in the street.
And starting at 0800, you are gonna get yours, right?
Yeah.
We'll take you home, all right?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. Here we go.
Whoa. You all right? You all right? Okay. There we go. You all right? All right? Take it easy.
Help me, please.
What's the matter?
There's a man gone crazy. He's hitting my uncle.
Where?
Back there. Steve.
Jeannie, how'd you get in here?
Okay, outside, you and I are going to have a little talk.
No, it's okay.
No, it isn't okay, Steve. My orders are not to let anybody in here.
A couple of minutes. Just don't tell anybody, all right?
Well, I won't if you won't.
Jeannie,
I just want to know one thing, Steve. What the hell is going on?
Hey, you. What do you think you're doing?
You talking to me?
Don't give me that cop jive. Who are you, and what is it with this?
I'll write this out very carefully so you can read it.
Will you cut it out? I got a business to run.
The cans are too far out in the alley.
They're the same place they always are. What are you talking about?
Move them.
Oh, I get it. New guy, huh? Boy, you guys are all alike. Here, take it, and you get lost.
Now I tell you what to do. Down payment, right?
What do you mean?
I want $100 a week from you every week. That's right. Or I'll paper every wall in that rat pit with one of these. So get it up.
Hello. This is Lloyd. Let me talk to Doyle.
You see, Doyle has been making us look bad for a long time. He runs all the gambling and prostitution in town, only we've never been able to prove it. Anyway, that wasn't our problem. That was up to Vice. Except the other day, a cop killed himself, and then we had a sergeant named John Baker. We think he was on the take, you know, with Doyle. So Mike and I got involved, and I got zapped by the car, and your father and David came up with this great idea. To give your dad an excuse for going off the deep end.
But what for?
To smoke out Doyle. To make it look as if he was a rogue cop. That he was upset with the department, all that kind of thing, you know?
Oh. So that's what all his craziness was. Okay, I can understand that. It's a scam. But why keep me out of it? I mean, I'm the man's one and only offspring. I'm supposed to be the apple of his eye.
Come on, Jeannie, cool it, will you?
Why should I? I'm bloody mad. And I don't think I'm gonna tell him either. I'm gonna let him have it right between the eyes.
Bite down, Miss, will you? Bite down and listen.
Hey, you're really all right,
Well,
aren't
I
you?
was all right till a couple of minutes ago, yeah.
Pig.
Pig, go home. Man sends you away for a nice college education. Huh? That's what you come back with, pig. Point is, your father didn't even know you were coming home. So how do you think he must have felt?
Well, I'm trying. But so far, he comes out looking like a man who'd lie to his own daughter just for the sake of some...
What if he was protecting you?
From what?
All right, let's just say there was a leak in the department. And
Really? Is that really what you think?
It could be, yeah. Somebody's feeding information to Doyle.
So how does the leak have anything to do with me?
Well, if Doyle decided that he wanted to check up on Mike, the less you knew, the better.
Is he in any danger?
No, no.
Uh-huh. Well, he is with me.
FB5. Request a wagon at Broadway and Montgomery. That is correct.
I think we got us a new policeman. Don't he know no better than to come around here? What's the matter with him? Bad as business has been, we don't need no new cop hanging around.
Ladies?
Something on your mind?
Yes, ma'am. I'm running you in.
You running us in for what?
Are you gals act as though you've never been rousted before?
We don't get rousted.
Where did you hear that?
Where you been, man? We're protected.
Who says so?
I do. Ask anybody.
Well, new rules, gals. Sorry. Come on, step in. Let's go.
What's your name, man?
Why, you want to make a complaint? Stone. Mike Stone, okay? And whoever your hook is, you tell him that all the action on Stone's beat is finished from now on. Can you remember that?
Somebody's going to be teaching you the facts of life, man.
Hey, man, I'm scared.
You better be.
Inside. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to talk to sanitation about the filth on these streets.
What do you want, Stone?
Did I say I wanted something?
A lot of people all of a sudden wish you'd go away.
And I thought I was just getting started. Goes to show you how you can move things along.
Yeah. Ain't everybody can do that, right?
Yeah, well, I had the advantage of experience.
So you move things along, now what?
I keep moving.
No, that ain't the way it goes. Well, what am I telling you? I have to tell you, I'm here, ain't I? You want to talk?
Anytime I want to talk to you, sailor, I'll pull your chain.
Stone, wait a minute. What's the matter with you? I come here to do business.
You tell Doyle anytime he wants to know what I want, he can ask. Him. He does the asking.
You clown. Who are you anyway, a cop on the way out? Doyle doesn't talk to punks like you. You're nothing. You're a clown.
You tell him. Anytime he's ready, he does the asking. Well, did you have a busy day today?
Not really.
Do any shopping?
No.
I guess I must have left these around this morning, huh?
I guess.
What'd you do today?
Not much.
Oh, I wish I could say the same. My feet are killing me.
Your dinner's ready.
Good. The best news I've heard all day. I'm telling you, I could really eat. What is it?
It got a little too done.
Oh, I don't think so. It's fine. Aren't you going to eat?
I already did.
I'll get it. Yeah. You know you're not supposed to call me here.
I was waiting till you got home. There's something you ought to know.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you too, Charlie. Now, why don't we try to meet first thing tomorrow morning?
She listening?
Is that Charlie
That's
Krause?
it, exactly.
I'd like to say hello.
Just a minute. What'd you say?
If that's Charlie Krause, I'd like to speak to him.
No, it's a different Charlie. You don't know this man.
Mike, wait. I don't know how you want to play this, but the reason I'm calling is she knows the whole scam.
What?
Jeannie knows. She came here today. She got into the room.
Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
How's good old Charlie, what's his name?
You're sore at me because I didn't tell you. That's what this is all about.
That's a point for you.
Well, I couldn't tell you. And besides, what do you want to get mixed up in all this for anyway? Come on. Come on, don't give me that stare now. Aren't you going to tell me? Oh, come on now, let me off the hook.
When those two guys brought you home last night, that was no act you were putting on. You were drunk.
You know why, don't you? Because I don't drink.
Well, then why did you last night?
Well, I got involved, and the more I got involved, the more it kept tipping, and before you know it, I had my heart in it, and that was it. Oh, come on now.
Come on, I'll fix you some eggs.
Let's go. Come on, move it in. Now, that's a violation. Only to be used in emergencies. And not only that.
Oh.
There's a fire hydrant over there.
Al wants to see you.
No kidding. How do you like that? A clown like me, huh? When?
Take a bus home, you'll be picked up.
You know what time I get off?
You know every move you make.
Okay, then you move it too. And go with the lights. Move it along. How do you activate that thing?
Press this button down and over.
Now, listen, Mike. Try to get him to talk about Baker, but, don't push it at all. I mean, if the only way I can drop him is for bribing a police officer, I'd rather settle for that than to have him get hinky and to find that thing.
Roy, the only thing I really want is to find out who his contact is in this place.
I understand that, but if we put away Al Doyle, it's not so important anymore. What I'm saying is that don't go for broke and get dumped in the bay, that's all. I mean, just catch him dirty and we'll sweat him for the rest. Okay?
Excellent. Where are we going?
Hey, how you doing?
Eddie Hill, right?
Right. Hey, that's very good.
My father isn't home yet. He called and said he'd be late.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it wasn't something, you know, they couldn't, You think I could talk to you for a minute?
Sure. Come on in.
Thanks. Look, don't ever tell him I said this because, well, I don't know. Cops are kind of screwy, I guess. But there is nobody in this world that I look up to more than Mike Stone.
That's nice. And I won't tell him. Sit down.
Thanks.
Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. I mean, I gotta be getting back. The only thing I wanted to say was that, can I call you Gene?
Sure.
See, you're just like him. I mean, you're good people. Hey, Gene. What can I do for him? I mean, how can I help him? You look up to a man and... Okay, look, I've been on the job 4 years, okay? 4 years. Who do I want to be like? Mike Stone. I mean, that's it. Mike Stone. He is the man. You know what I mean? I mean, he shows you the way. And now he's down. Bam, just like that. And everybody's saying, well, forget about him. He's through. He's washed up. Man, I don't know. I mean, I just can't do that. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But I just can't just walk away from, well, from one hell of a man. Hey, excuse me, Gene.
Thanks, Eddie. And I know how much it would mean to him to know how you feel. But he's really fine. He's okay.
How can he be okay?
Because he's the same man he always was.
Is that true?
Yes, it's true. You don't have to worry about him.
That son of a... Oh, man. That is the best news that I have heard. Oh, man. Okay. Look, I'm gonna get on out of here. That son of a gun, boy.
Listen, I'll tell him you were here.
Oh, no, don't do that. I mean, we wouldn't want to give him a big head. You know what I mean? Hey, look, how's Keller doing?
Steve, I don't know. It's serious, that's all I know.
That was some rough deal, huh? Well, I guess that's the breaks. Thanks. You're good people.
Nice talking to you, Eddie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So what else did you tell him?
Nothing. All I said was he didn't have to worry about Mike. But I think I'd like to kick myself.
Okay, well, you just take it easy, stay home. Don't talk to anybody else. I'll take care of everything.
Now I know why Mike didn't want to tell me. I'm a sucker for a sob story.
Jeannie, it's over, okay?
Steve, you don't think...
Oh, hell no. It's just like you said. He was worried about Mike, that's all. All right?
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Okay, Jeannie, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Yeah, Captain, this is Stephen Keller. The meeting we had in your office, you remember Rogers and Hill knew where I was going the day that Hooker got hit? Right. Well, Hill just did a number on Jeannie Stone, and I think she left Mike holding the can.
Why don't you look at it from my point of view?
Trying. I just don't see anything that I like.
Well, that's only because you don't have any imagination. 2 more years. That's all I've got. 2 more years, and then I pull the pin. Then what? You think the city cares? Do you think they care that my partner got wiped out? That's what opened my eyes, my partner getting wiped out. I got smart just in time.
Stone, I know what you're trying to say. But I have problems of my own.
I know, and I'm one of them. They should all be as easy to get rid of.
Just how easy is easy?
I thought you'd never ask. 25,000.
Ha!
Or else you'll do what?
I'll nickel and dime you to death. And I'm out there where I can do it.
You're pushing too hard, Stone.
I don't think so. You can't afford to say no. The way I see it, you have two choices. You can either pay me or kill me.
Oh, boy.
Look, do yourself a favor, will you? Have somebody drop him off the bridge. Look at him. Nerves are shot.
Doing you, I'm gonna love.
Come on, will you, sailor? I'm a cop. He wants to do business in this town. Who do you think you're scaring with that thing?
You clown. Was Baker a cop? He was a clown just like you.
Sailor.
He's dirty.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Well, Doyle's got us right by the throats, and you know he's gonna squeeze.
Look, why don't we just let Stone take him in? We didn't know.
What are you, crazy? And then Doyle can go ahead and make a deal with you and I as the sweeteners?
You're right.
Eddie, you're gonna have to take care of Doyle and the sailor, and I got Stone.
Let's get it, baby.
81 to headquarters. Request additional units in the marina area. Code 3 at the yacht harbor.
8-1, roger. 3 David 5 and 3 David 6. Code 3 to yacht harbor. Officer requests assistance.
Sure hope you're right about this place.
Vice says this is where he hangs out.
I think you're making a wise decision. $10,000 is still a lot of money.
Well, I'd feel much better if I felt I wasn't making less than any other cop.
Well, there are no other cops, Stone, not on my payroll. You know, I get the idea you think you know something. You're wrong.
Police, everybody just stay right where they are.
Wait a minute, what are you guys doing here?
Just making a call, Lieutenant, that's all. I need your gun.
Now, wait a minute, I want to...
Shut up. Sailor, come on up here. Join us. Your gun, Lieutenant.
What do you guys want?
Now, I want to tell you.
All right, let's have it, Al.
You know I don't carry a gun, Eddie.
Okay, Mike. Move it!
Come on. Sit down. I'm gonna instruct you on your rights.
Come on, Mike, move it. Now, didn't you feel the wire? I'm on a job. This is a setup.
Just keep moving, Mike.
What happens now?
Now? Now you get killed trying to assault a police officer.
You're not going anywhere, Mike. Now, come on, move it! You heard me.
Oh, now, I get it with Sailor's gun. Is that the idea?
I'm sorry, Mike, but that is the idea.
Hey, man, let's go.
It's Devitt.
Hey, Steve!
Right there, Eddie! Don't do it! Drop it! I said drop it!
Can't be no more.
I've had it! Put it down! I've had it. Now your service pistol!
This is 81 to headquarters. We're clear. Little style for a change, huh?
Listen, are you going to stay out of trouble now so that I can get some work done?
I will if you will.
Inspectors 8-1. Respond to a 217 in the parking lot. Francisco and Kearney.
217, that's a shooting.
Yes, it is. Look, stay here, will you please? Call a cab, sweetheart.
Sure.
Jeannie, take care.
Goodbye.
And don't forget to call.
This is 81 to headquarters. We'll respond on that 217.
Be careful.
City Zoo.
Hello, Maggie. I may be home a little late, babe. I'm expecting a long-distance call from London. Yeah, you know, on that 10 units of Gemini gold bonds.
Gold bonds.
The Gemini issue, remember? 10 units? Well, look, honey, they may be trying to get through to me now, and I gotta hang up, okay? Maggie, I love you.
I love you too. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Mr. Jarrett. Mr. Jarrett. Mr. Jarrett?
Stinky had me climbing the walls.
All we've got on the Chicago flight is in first class, Mrs. Reston.
I'll take it.
You've only got 10 minutes till takeoff. That'll get you in Chicago at 9:30.
You know, she split before we got here. Must have been in a hell of a hurry because she left her mink.
What about the safe?
The safe's empty. What's your pleasure?
The house. Burn it.
Anything else?
Find her.
He says to burn it.
It's a nice place.
It was.
I don't know what I should tell you or what I can tell you. I just need a place to stop and get my head together.
Well, you know you're always welcome here, Maggie.
Can you at least tell us if my brother's all right?
Marty, I can't. I don't know.
I'm gonna get my pipe. I'll be right back.
Look, just relax and don't think about anything, Maggie, okay? Drink your coffee. Hey, when was the last time you ate something? Well, I'm gonna make you some eggs.
Thanks, Ann. Marty?
She's here.
You rotten.
Sure. Come to Marty when you're in trouble. You and Ben live the high life. You make a fortune working with the scum, and then you come to us when it blows up in your faces. What right have you to keep Annie and I in this kind of trouble? What right?
Okay, let's go.
No.
Come on.
No! Out! No!
Let's go.
Get out!
Let's go.
You bunch of savages!
Just take it easy. Come on.
You take it easy! Not a cage! The wonder of the world hates you pigs! I can't help it!
You know, he really is crazy.
Fact remains they used this knife on a young girl tonight.
Well, you get her ticketed and then book her. I know his statement's going to sound incoherent, but you take him down anyway. I'm going back upstairs and finish the paperwork.
Mike Stone?
Yes.
Maggie Jarris. Ben Jarris is my husband. Does that mean anything to you?
No. Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah. You can keep me alive and help me nail the people who killed my husband.
Sit down. Now, where did the murder happen?
Somewhere around Morristown, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Don't knock it. I was born there.
Now, why are you telling me this and not the New Jersey police?
Because I had to run for my life. Anyway, I don't know who specifically or why. I wasn't there.
Then how can you be so sure that he was killed?
Because he didn't come home. He called. They had our phone tapped, you see, and we had a code worked out. The key words were gold bonds. Gold meant lay a false trail to Paris. Bonds meant big trouble.
Look, it's almost 3:30 in the morning. Tomorrow I'll put out a missing persons.
Listen to me. He's dead. I know it. That's how they operate.
Who are they?
The gangsters my husband works for. I mean, you know how organized crime deals with employees who goof.
Can you give me names?
Oh, sure can. Leon Kober, Herman Small, George Anselm. Any one of them could have killed him. You see, my husband is a lawyer and financial consultant. He invests money for people who get it from gambling, prostitution, counterfeiting. If it's illegal, you name it, they're in it. He must have made a mistake of some kind.
And for that, they wanted to kill you?
Lieutenant, I'm not paranoid and I'm not punchy. I'm in trouble because I was Ben's private secretary. I know too much. Believe what I tell you. Okay. About a year ago, you got a package in the mail with $25,000 in it, right?
Go on.
The package was followed by a phone call inviting you to spend the money and lay off a dope dealer named Fred Charney. Instead of which you turned it in and arrested him. Correct so far?
So far.
Then they tried to threaten you and bust you up. Now, although you're still poor, you're also still walking around. That marked you heavy and honest for the people Ben works with, and they backed off. That's why I thought I could trust you. Why I'm here. Not saying there aren't honest cops around, I just wasn't sure of anybody else.
Kerlox. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had
That's all
somebody
right.
here.
Come on in. This is my partner, Dan Robbins, and this is Mrs.
McCluskey.
Well, if we're going to be any help to you, you're going to have to trust us, both of us.
I don't have any reason to trust him. Not with my life.
I trust him with mine.
Okay, maybe I am getting a little paranoid.
Well, she believes that her husband was murdered and that her own life is in jeopardy. And her name is Jarris, Mrs. Jarris.
And he thinks I'm a cuckoo who's dishing out some of the old magoo to get a little attention. I'm not. In the last 4 years, my husband has laundered and invested over $640 million in racket money.
640 million.
Give or take a few $100,000. Guess now you don't know whether to send for the Marines or a couple of guys in white coats. Look, why don't we quit dancing and let me prove I'm worth saving?
Now, wait, now look, I called and I told you that she was here, right? Now, why wouldn't I tell you where she went if I knew?
Yeah. I guess you would have told us right now, right?
Yeah.
She just grabbed her suitcase and ran out. Well, it's the truth. We don't know where she went.
Well, I guess I have to apologize for the inconvenience I've caused both of you and ask you to take us both to the airport.
Well, sure, I'll take you.
Both of you.
Well, what does my wife have to go?
Both of you.
What else do you know about Ray Andridge?
Friend of yours, used to be a DA, now works sub rosa as a special prosecutor, investigating corporate cover-ups for organized crime on the West Coast. Well, he won't admit it. And he's not going to like having to change the combination on his office safe either.
Mike,
I just want to ask you a question, Ray.
At 4:30 in the morning?
That's what you get for having an unlisted telephone number. Does this make any sense to you? 16 left, twice around to 38, then back to 0.
Where did you get that?
Your office safe.
Yeah, but where did you come up with it?
Better question is, where did my source get it? I'll call you in the morning.
It is morning.
Later. Go back and get some sleep.
How can I get some sleep when I know we've been blown?
Find the leak. Well, here we are. This is my house. On this shorter notice, it's the only place I knew that was safe. Okay with you?
I don't do windows or ironing.
Mrs. Jarris, how did you know that combination?
Ben made it a habit to listen, pick up pieces of information we could use if we had to prove our credibility quick.
Well, you proved it by me. I'll get things started first thing in the morning. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Hey, you really are an old hand at this, aren't you?
Believe it.
Look, nobody knows you're in San Francisco, and nobody knows you're here, so why don't you accept that fact, and maybe you'll sleep better.
plan to do that if I don't pass out first. Where do I sleep? Thanks, Mike. Oh, and the only thing to do with me in the morning is stay clear till I've had my coffee. Good night.
Good night.
What time is it?
7:30.
7:30. You get any sleep?
Enough? Juice?
Would you mind if I cook the eggs? I'd like to get even with you for this coffee. So, whose room did I sleep in, or shouldn't I ask?
Well, that was my daughter's room.
Oh, yeah, I saw a picture. Pretty girl. Ben wanted kids. I couldn't have them. Damn shame. Hope you like scrambled.
Fine.
I'm trying to start talking to you, Mike, and I'm not making it. Why don't you ask me some more questions?
We can do that later, Mrs. Jarvis.
Mike, I've slept in your house, I've knocked your coffee, and I'm cooking your breakfast. I should at least be Maggie by now, no?
All right, Maggie.
So, what happens now?
First, we'll pump you for all the information we can get on mob infiltration into San Francisco. And since I think it's important information, important enough for the federal authorities, I placed a call into a federal attorney friend of mine.
You sure you can trust him? Okay, Mike. I don't handle fear and panic very well. I'm trying. Wish it would rain. I always hang together better when it's raining. So, what about this federal attorney?
He'll take you into his custody and get all the information he can. And then you'll just have to make a deal with the government. You might go on trial, or they can give you a whole new identity. Maybe even a new face if you wanted it. After that, it's all over.
I won't last that long.
Don't worry. Take it easy. Just my partner.
Morning, Mrs. Jarvis.
Maggie.
Maggie.
What did you find out?
I woke Crowley up.
Who's Crowley?
Well, he's head of our organized crime and intelligence unit.
He met me at the office, and we made our connection through OC&I, as you suggested. Mike, maybe we should,
Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm a big girl. Frightened, but all grown up. Whatever you found out, I want to hear it.
There's an all points out in Jersey for Maggie and her husband.
What's the charge?
Nothing. Both their house and office were torched. Completely gutted.
Oh, my God.
And what word have you got on Ben Jarvis?
Nothing.
Hello. Who happened to make the call to Jersey?
Crowley talked to the state police. I talked to Morristown to follow up on the fires.
Well, maybe it would have been better if he had done both.
Well, you wanted me here with the information by 7:45. There wasn't enough time.
You get your things together. We've got to get you out of here.
How could they know she was here?
Well, if they had a plant in that New Jersey Police Department, it would take them 30 seconds to find out who you are, who your partner is. And since we don't belong to organized crime intelligence, You made the call? It's obvious. Maggie's with us. We're gonna have to move her to one of our safe houses. That'll take about, 3 security units. I'll go downtown and take care of that. You keep her isolated until you hear from me. You got a beeper on you? Yeah. Good. Wait for my signal.
If you got an extra deck of cards, I'd like to borrow them.
Sure. Here.
Got anything on Ben Jarris?
Zip. But we did find out something. We got some static about some high-priced hitmen converging on the area.
Figures. See if your contacts can get us names and locations of all the imported talent. And listen, Ed, there's got to be a tight lid on this one. Need-to-know basis only.
Including my staff?
And mine. Once you interrogate my witness, you'll know the reason why.
Lieutenant, telephoto just came up for you.
Oh, my God.
Now do you buy my tight lid?
You got it.
Thanks a lot.
How scared do you think you'd get if you knew somebody out there wanted to kill you?
Why don't you tell me about Morristown and Ben?
You trying to distract me?
Yeah.
Well, you picked the right thing. Ben. Went to law school, came out top 5th of his class. Somewhere along the way, he met a shy, demure loudmouth who fell crazy in love with him, seduced him, and married him. I was in show business. Wardrobe mistress, no ambition. Happy to carry a shovel and broom and follow the elephants. Then Ben came along and snatched away my unpromising career and turned me into the best-loved woman in the world.
Sounds as though you don't like him much.
How can you like someone who lets you do whatever you want, loves you with his whole heart, respects you enough to disagree with you, and really listens to what you say?
That doesn't sound like the kind of man who spends his life working for racketeers.
Why not? Ben's a good man, but he's not perfect. He makes mistakes. And he made one doozy when he went to work for them. I'd like to tell you they forced him into it, but they didn't. One day, 2 men came to his office and invited him to invest $3 million in their behalf. $3 million. The conditions told him the money was dirty, but I don't have to say any more, do I?
You seduced him?
Hell no. He seduced himself. He knew it, and I knew it, and we lived with it. Up until right now. Where's that boat going, do you think?
It goes around the bay, and it goes around again.
A dull way for the crew to make a living. Look who's talking. Nobody wants to shoot them.
Now, I understand you're all here because you volunteered for hazardous duty. Or is there someone here who didn't? Good. Now, what I've got is an extremely valuable witness who needs protection. We're going to work in pairs, and this witness will be moved at irregular intervals, and you won't know where or when until the final minute, just before the move is made. Are there any questions so far?
Yeah, what makes this hazardous duty, Lieutenant?
Well, we've got 1 man missing already in Jersey, believed dead. 10 minutes ago, I got this from the Chicago Police Department. It's registered to the witness's brother-in-law. And as far as we know, the brother-in-law and his wife are missing. Now, the price on our witness's head is high enough, and I mean really high enough, to make every low-life worm and hitman try to collect it. That's why I'm calling it hazardous duty. It really is, fellas. Are there any other questions? All right, that's it then. You're all on standby.
After my first day in the world of finance, I realized more time is spent waiting around doing nothing than working. And I figured in the last 13 years, I've won 634 hands of solitaire. Is it hands or games?
Games, I think. That's Mike. Let's go.
These are pictures of the local pros who might be involved in this. This group is of the hitmen who came into town yesterday. There probably are more.
I don't recognize any of them.
I don't either.
Homicide, Stone.
Mike, this is Dan.
Six.
I read you.
That was short.
All he had to do was give me a number.
Hey, you booked the numbers? I'll play 862 for Buck.
No, this is a key number. Each key is to a safe house. He said 6. We'll meet him at number 6.
Stone's the one driving.
So how much does it cost?
You know the bit about why Johnny can't read? That's my kid. 12 years old, reads like a second grader. Now I gotta hire a tutor for him on my salary.
And there's a car following us. Better make sure. No mistake. He's still there. Inspectors 8-1 request backup unit. Any unmarked car within the vicinity of 8th and Charles. Proceeding west on Charles. Hold it. Hold up! Come on! Out! Where's your wallet? What's your name? What's your name? All right, take them both in. Then report to Lieutenant Crowley. Tell him I picked him up for vagrancy. He'll understand. Take him in. Come on, let's go.
Hey, guys, could you speed it up a little between knocks? A person could faint from the suspense. What's the matter? You heard something about Ben.
No, it's nothing about Ben. It's your brother-in-law and his wife. Now, you said you wanted the cards straight up. I know it's rough, but... Nobody knows this number.
Could be the phone company or a wrong number.
Or I got suckered. There were 2 unarmed apes following us. Easy to spot. Too easy. We busted them. And then I came straight here. That was my mistake. There could have been a second car.
Why don't we answer it and find out?
No, there's no need for that. Where's your car?
It's right up front.
All right, you go to it. See if you can spot anyone watching the building. Then get in your car, drive it into the garage, and park it right next to mine. If anybody's watching this building, they're gonna have to guess which car Maggie's gonna be driven out in. I want you two to check out the garage. Here, start in my car. I'm gonna give you a 30-second lead. Maggie, don't you worry about a thing. You've got a small army taking care of you. Everything's gonna be all right. Maggie?
Folding up like a wet tissue. What's the matter with me? Where to?
Maggie, get in. Lie down.
Haven's hip and shoulder are broken. Some burns, cuts, bruises.
Is he gonna be all right?
Yeah, Dan's on his way in.
What about the bomb squad?
They're already here. They figure it must have been some kind of plastic explosive. No guess yet as to how it was wired up.
Well, you stay there with them.
Yes, sir.
Well, what are you doing here?
Just thought you'd like to know, Mike. Right after I changed the combination on my safe, one of our deputy prosecutors went to lunch and never came back. We checked. He took a plane to Rio.
Good. Now maybe that leak is plugged.
It was worth an in-person thank you, Mike, so, thank you. Oh, Mike, do I ever get to hear more about your source?
Later. Right now, I've got my witness under deep cover.
Right.
Excuse me, will you? Yes.
About those two. Neither one of them have given us their names or even contacted their lawyers. Now, we got a make on the gray-haired one. He's Louis Pard from Newark. 9 arrests, no convictions. Here's his file. He doesn't know we know about him yet.
What about the other man?
Nothing. FBI came up with nothing at all. Not even a military ID. We're checking on all DMVs who require thumbprints for their driver's registration.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ed.
They're all yours, Mike.
Homicide, Stone. Who am I talking to? Just a minute. Wait till I get a pad and pencil. All right, I'm ready. When? Who do I look for? Now, that was someone who says he can tell me everything I want to know about Ben Jarris. Wants me to meet him at 3:30.
You going?
That depends on what we can get out of those two guys first. Come on. All right, bring him in here. You take one of them and I'll take the other one. Come on, sit down. Well, I understand you've got a couple of big secrets, like who you are and where you came from.
I'm not sure what your routine is, mister. Maybe you can help me. Are you trying to convince us that you can't speak? Is it that you can't hear or speak? That's a no-no. I'm opposed to garbaging up the air any more than it is. Now, why don't you just tell me your name?
No answers to the questions. All right. Maybe I can help you. Your name is Louis Pard, and you came from Newark.
I'm getting nothing.
Neither am I.
What they're doing may not be so stupid, Mike. You didn't find any weapons on these guys, and we have no charge to lay against them. So unless they turn out to be wanted somewhere else, we're just gonna have to turn them loose without them...
Wait a minute now. Why do you say that?
What are we gonna hold them on?
Let me ask you something. Would you consider a man who doesn't know his name mentally competent to be turned out into the street?
No, I wouldn't.
So what would you do?
Notify the courts.
Uh-huh. Now you're cooking. And the court sends him to a state hospital for observation for 30 days. No bail possible. They're off the streets under maximum security for a whole month. You know, it's the first time I've ever seen a man talk himself into a hole by not opening his mouth. Warms the cockles of your heart, doesn't it?
My family wasn't that rich. We couldn't afford cockles.
Oh, well, trust me. If you could have, they would have been warm. Why don't you get Sekulovich to do the paperwork on those guys? I've got to get to the parking lot. I got to pick up Crowley. I'll meet you there. Okay. Which one, Bob?
Oh, this is your car, Lieutenant.
Good, thanks. No, wait a minute. Do you have another car ready to go?
Anything wrong with this one, sir?
No, nothing's wrong. I just wondered if you had another one ready to go.
Sure, any one of these. Take your pick. They're all tuned, ready to go.
I'll take that one. Sign me out for that one over there.
Yes, sir, Mom.
That's Ben. George Anselm. He's a lawyer from Rhode Island, an expert on foreign exchange agreements. Where'd you get these pictures?
The Bureau.
Ben, George, and Leon Kober. Only times Ben and I ever saw Leon was when there was a lot of money involved. Never less than $3 million. Remember I was telling you about the Tevrex Corporation on Market Street? Well, they launder all their money out there. That's the man who runs the whole shebang, and I can prove it.
How?
Copies of contracts, deed transfers, checks. I've got it all on slides, copies of every document we ever handled. Ben took the pictures and developed them himself. The originals are in a vault in Switzerland.
Where are your copies?
In my purse.
Copies of those would be a big help, Mrs. Jarvis.
That's why I brought them. Herman Small, Canadian timber broker. Only his next move is to acquire hotels and restaurants in San Francisco. Ben. The gal with him's his mistress. He was feeling real good that day. Told me the deal he had just closed made the two of us worth a cool $500,000. That's $500,000 the hard way.
Well, judging from what you just told us, in terms of what we know, you just saved us 5 years of tough investigation. And I doubt if we could turn up half that much even then.
I want them all in jail.
Maggie, I'd like it if you turn those slides over to him so that he can have copies made.
I gotta have them back.
I'll give them back to you in an hour.
Okay?
I thank you.
Maggie, I talked to my federal attorney friend, and he said he's flying in this afternoon to take you into his custody. And he also told me that he was going to give you immunity.
You must have put in a good word.
Nope, I did not one word. Dan, yeah. I want you to find a payphone, call Washington, confirm the pickup arrangements for Maggie, will you?
Right.
Oh, and listen, while you're at it, will you check on the special units?
Daniel, I wouldn't hate you if you brought back a big bottle of gin and a small bottle of vermouth. Well, where are you going?
616 West Grover Avenue.
What's there?
A man is there who says he can tell us everything we want to know about Ben.
I'm going with you.
No, no chance.
Why not?
Because I think it's a setup. I just don't know what kind. And I've already pulled one boner. No, you stay right here.
No sweat, Lieutenant. Myra and I are wide awake.
I'll make sure you stay that way. Keep the door shut and your ears open.
Mike, no matter what happens, you tell it to me straight.
That's our deal. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay, guys, which one of you is a better gin player?
I am. Myra's an honest man. I cheat.
Marvelous. So do I. I'll deal. I hate to throw an ace. Doesn't fit my hand.
Well, that's all right, Mrs. J. It doesn't fit my hand either.
Okay. I'm hurt. Please help me. Help me.
Inspector 8-1 to all special units. I am at contact point. Be alert. Ben Jarvis.
Who are you?
Mike Stone.
Stone, there are 2 or 3 gunmen watching us from some of these buildings.
Which ones?
I don't know. You didn't even look.
Am I supposed to?
How's Maggie?
She thinks you're dead.
I am. Poor Maggie. She's probably torn to bits, scared out of her wits.
No, she's holding on.
Yeah, sure, cracking wise. Well, that's just the front, Lieutenant. Underneath, she's all marshmallow.
How did you get to San Francisco?
They brought me private plane. I don't know who the 2 men who were brought me.
Do you know why?
Well, in case they needed a Judas goat to get to Maggie. I'd have been dumped in a swamp if she hadn't run. That was my reprieve. There was a foul up in what should have been a pretty safe business deal. A lot of money was lost, and the whole mess came down on me, so they grabbed me. Thank God Maggie had sense enough to follow the plan.
Look, we've been standing around here too long. What is it you're supposed to do?
Well, either get you to bring Maggie somewhere to meet me, or get you to bring me to Maggie.
They won't start shooting at you when you climb into the car?
Well, that's what they said.
All right, this is my car right here. Come on, let's go.
No, Stone. I'm not going to lead them to Maggie. They'll kill her, too. You know what they tried to sell me? That they only wanted to get Maggie and me out of the country with a guarantee that we'd keep our mouths shut. They knew I wouldn't go for it. But they went along anyway, thinking that I'd buy some time, then try to save myself.
Doesn't sound like a bad plan after all.
You just do what I tell you. Come on, let's go.
No. They're not going to get to her because of me. Look, I'm only here to tell you they don't know anything about the slides that Maggie has with her.
What else?
Also, that she should know that they've begun to divest themselves from the business, get out from under. They've even hired another lawyer from Pittsburgh to take over our job. I don't know who he is, but I do know that the last 3 digits in his phone number are 443.
The only chance for you to stay alive is to do what I tell you.
Now, there's no chance for me to stay alive. No chance at all. If I run... What is it?
It's Maggie. Don't look now, but this, I told you not
Oh,
to.
my God, Maggie.
Come.
Dear God, Ben!
Wait here. Ben! Calm down, I said. Take it easy now. Take it easy. I'll get him for you. Over there! Maggie! Maggie!
Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Don't hurt him anymore! Leave him alone! Oh, Ben. Oh, Ben. Ben, don't leave me, please. Please, babe. We got $500,000. What good's it gonna do us now? Please don't leave me.
Hello, John.
Mike.
Maggie Jarris, John Andela,
Garrett.
and my partner, Inspector Robbins.
Well, whenever you're ready to go.
Go where?
Washington, D.C., okay?
Well,
Oh, with John and his people, you'll be well protected. Better than well protected.
When it's all over, you get a new name, a new identity.
and plastic surgery. Sure, I know the whole McGilla. Come on, Dan. Odds are it won't last long enough to need a new name and face.
No, don't say that. I've known John for a long, long time. My buck says that you're wrong.
You're asking me to bet against myself?
And I only bet on sure things. Am I on?
Sure. A year from today, Mike, if you get a buck in the mail with no return address on it, you'll know I made it. And I'll tell you how I'm going to collect if you lose. If I'm not around, then you take that buck and buy yourself a very dry martini with it. And as you're drinking it, remember that even if it's the worst martini ever made, it's a damn sight better than your coffee. Deal?
Deal.
Well, this is it.
Maggie?
Daniel, if you ever find a girl like Maggie, marry her. Good lady.
There we are, 40 units.
It's him?
Maybe. Agopians.
Vince? Ernie?
Ernie, good to hear your voice. Listen, did you get them?
Yeah, the whole lot.
Beautiful. Where are you?
Just off in Embarcadero. 207 Front Street. Room 25. Oh, there's a rear entrance.
Did you have any trouble?
Not a hitch. I smell like a ship's bilge, and I gotta wash off half of Mexico.
Well, look, there's no rush. Take a good long bath and get a good night's sleep. You've earned it, and we'll see each other tomorrow.
Sure. Maybe it's better anyway. I'm beat.
See you tomorrow, then.
Yeah.
He's got them, Tommy. Enough to buy us the world. Tommy, where are you going? You're insolent. This is no time to be falling on your face.
Vince, I don't know whether I can do it.
You'll do it, Tommy. Just like we planned. You'll do it for the money and for me.
Ashes to ashes.
Yeah. What do you think, Doc? Another cigarette in bed?
It's hard to say yet. He was pretty well done.
Well, I'll get the arson detail in here and see what they can turn up. How long for the autopsy report?
I'll get on it right away.
Hiya, Doc.
Steve.
Mike, we got a John Doe. Manager said the night clerk didn't register anybody for this room.
A fin or a sawbuck under the table. That's one way to beat the room tax.
Yeah.
Did you get the clerk's name and address?
Radio unit's on his way to pick him up.
Well, maybe we got something. Looks pretty black. The numbers look good. Go on, put your young eyes on that.
Nothing.
Nothing, eh?
No.
Look, poke around on there some more.
Thanks.
You know, a guy with a gun who doesn't register in a flea bag like this, you know something's fishy.
Mike.
Yeah.
Take a look at this. Looks like one of those, gold luck charms or something.
Gold? Maybe. Luck charm? I don't think so.
Well, you did find them of some interest after all.
Mr. James, you startled me.
In this contraption, I sometimes feel like a mechanical satyr. Body of a man and legs of a champion. What is it?
What?
You're troubled.
No, I'm just tired, I guess. I worked late last night typing up the notes.
The university should have warned you I'm a slave driver.
Well, the last person to leave the project did say something to that effect.
Oh, that was a big mistake all around. A man can't dictate an autobiography to an insensitive soul. What about you? Any complaints?
Oh, no. The room you gave me is just lovely. Pay is fine, and the company is very stimulating.
Thank you. Tell me the truth. Now, when I came in a moment ago, you were thinking, I'm an eccentric old man who hoards his gold coins like a modern-day Midas, weren't you?
No, not really. I was just thinking they must be very valuable.
Well, in round figures, $500,000.
I had no idea.
Would you like to hear how I came to collect them?
No, I think we should finish what we left off with yesterday. What you remember about your 1927 trip to New Zealand?
You are a very odd young woman. The first one I ever met who was more interested in my memory than my money.
Well, people already know about the John R. James fortune, and I want the book to be about the man.
Thank you. Let's go on the terrace, shall we?
All right.
What does the coroner say?
Nothing yet.
Is that thing worth anything, Charlie?
Specific gravity gold, slightly less than 22 carats. 900,000 fine. Weight, exactly 516 grains.
All of which means?
All of which means it's a planchette.
A what?
A planchette.
It's a metal disc that's ready to be stamped into a coin, right?
Right.
I use it in crossword puzzles a lot.
You got time to do crossword puzzles? I don't give you enough to do around here, huh? Say, what kind of a coin does this thing make?
Well, I got some books over here to tell you for sure. That one to me looks like a double eagle size.
Double eagle, that's a $20 gold piece, isn't it?
Hey, chalk went up for the old folks.
You like words, huh?
Yeah.
Read them to me.
See you, Charlie. Well, there's 464 grains of pure gold in the planchette.
And how many grains in an ounce? 450, isn't it?
No, I think there's 480.
Ah, 450.
480.
480?
Yeah.
Well, they must have changed it since my high school physics course.
They must have.
Yeah. Look, no, let's not read for a minute, huh? Now, the night clerk said that the victim came in with a satchel.
Right.
We don't find a satchel. But we do get this little goodie here.
Which ye old book here says is illegal in the U.S. except as coins held by collectors.
And which could have been in that closet for years where they clean out those waterfront dives.
Possible, yeah. Think we're spinning our wheels?
Close to an ounce of gold. Worth about, what, 65 or 70 bucks on the international market?
I think it's about that.
Stone. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be right there. Looks like maybe we got something.
What?
Coroner said murder.
Tommy.
May I help you?
Is Vince here?
He's busy right now. Is there anything I can do to help?
Karen,
Hi.
you're early.
I missed you.
Come, let's take a walk.
Who was that?
Just a guy I brought in to help out a little.
He doesn't know anything about what's going on, does he?
Oh, he barely knows enough about coins to answer the questions that come in off the street. Did you bring the diagram?
Yes.
Are you sure you have each coin in the exact place he keeps it?
Yes. Vince, I'm frightened.
Of what?
I don't know. Doing anything like this. Getting caught or hurting that old man.
We're just going to trade one set of coins for another set of coins, and nobody's going to get hurt. Do you want to see something?
What is it?
Our ticket to Spain, Angel, the Costa del Sol.
Vince, I just wish I could feel the same way as you do about it.
It's how we feel about each other that counts. And having the money to do whatever we want to do together and go wherever we want to go.
You really do mean it, don't you? What you said.
Maybe. And the last thing in the world I wanted to do the day I found you was to make a delivery to that mausoleum. Bang, there you were. You're the best trip I've ever had.
And Mr. James,
Will
you
you
sure...
stop worrying about that old man? He owns half of Nob Hill. He's not going to miss what's in that case.
You told me this morning it was worth about $500,000.
Angel, you've seen it sitting there yourself. Now, what good is it doing anybody? It's not like robbing a bank or someone's business. Hey, I've watched people like that all my life. I watched while my father pandered to them. I swept up a crummy shop while they walked out with more than he made all year, sealed in one lousy little bit of plastic. What do they do with it? Take it home and put it in a glass case. Well, fine. Let John or James sit and stare at his eagles. I want to see the world.
It's homicide, no question. There wasn't a trace of smoke in the victim's lungs.
Well, that means the victim was dead before the fire started, eh?
Yeah.
Couldn't be a stroke or a heart attack.
Not from my findings. Considering there were no breaks, welts, or contusions on the body, I'd make it suffocation.
Suffocation, huh?
This envelope shows there was a struggle. Bits of human flesh and hair from under the victim's fingernails.
Let's get it under the microscope.
There's no chance of making an ID on the victim, huh?
Sorry. Later, okay?
Thanks,
Yeah.
Harry. Buddy boy, what does a short barrel 32 with the serial numbers filed off say to you?
Pro, highest artist, maybe.
And one planchette out of a satchel full, ripped off by whoever killed him?
Well, a couple hundred would be worth 10, maybe 15,000, but you'd have to have the right contacts to unload them.
Wouldn't be worth all that time and trouble, though, would it?
No. What about the night clerk?
Oh, no, nickels and dimes. This one's got to be worth more than nickels and dimes.
Yeah, Tommy, here's $15,000. If it were good, but it's not. I blew that one. You see those scratches?
Those little things?
Those little things are called cast marks. When they're that bad, it could tell an expert that it's a phony real fast. Speaking of scratches, how about those that Ernie laid on you?
They're okay. I guess they found me by now.
Relax. They'll never be able to tell what they found.
That's a strand of blonde human hair. Came from the same place the coroner found those flecks of skin on slide number 2.
Is it body, hair, or face?
Body, and probably his arms. And he's between the age of 20 and 40, definitely male and Caucasian.
Well, that lets you and me out, Charlie. How about you, buddy boy? You willing to roll up your sleeves?
Want to try to raise a few numbers?
Chicken, huh? Charlie, what do you got on this third slide?
Shards of rusted metal. I found them embedded in the soles of the victim's shoes.
Any guesses?
I'll have a better picture when I finish evaporating the solution. We washed what was left of the victim's clothing and shoes. That's what we got. Rust powder in solution, electromagnet.
You want to know something?
What?
I've been here for 25 years. I've never seen this thing work.
Well, a serial number stamped in metal can be filed off, but can never be completely destroyed.
Yeah, I know that.
The molecular structure of the metal retains a ghost of the stamped number.
Let's see it work.
Right. Serial number H12987.
All PD's urgent.
I'm on my way.
What do you know? It really works, huh?
Now you see it, now you don't.
Magic, eh? Well, maybe we'll get something after all. Say, where's that, the latent print kit? Oh.
You're gonna need a 10-point match for positive ID. You really think there's a chance?
Charlie, I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I always think there's a chance.
Good. Finished? For a while. My eyes get tired.
How much longer?
A few more tonight, a few more in the morning.
Vince, who are you calling?
Karen,
Vince.
I told you it was just business.
I killed a man, Vince.
Now, look, that had to be done. Just like my seeing Karen. Now, it won't be long now. Go inside and get some more glassine cases, and we'll seal these up. Go ahead.
Pearson. Telephone. Thank you. Hello?
Working hard?
Oh, I was afraid you weren't going to call.
Oh, big call tonight. I'll be finished in the morning.
Tomorrow?
I'll tell you what time. But I gotta go now. Love you, baby.
I love you, too.
Well.
Well, what?
Sodium chloride, sodium bromide, magnesium bromide.
Well, thank you, Dr. Einstein.
The primary salts in seawater.
From the victim's clothes.
The residue evaporated from the solution we got when we washed them. Well, this came from the shoes. It's a lead compound identical to what they use in marine paint.
A ship.
Just off it, too, if he hadn't changed his clothes.
Everybody wants to be a detective.
San Diego made the serial numbers in the 32. Stolen 3 weeks ago in National City. Prints taken at the scene of theft identified as an Ernie Walker, a.k.a. Ernie Willard.
Priors all for robbery, huh? I want Walker's jacket. I want his mugshots, I want his prints, I want everything. I want him right now.
I've already asked for it. It's on its way.
Good. Well, we may have our dead man. Now we gotta find the man who killed him.
They're pretty, aren't they? You see that one on the bottom? The fourth from the right?
Yeah,
What's the date?
1907.
Uh-huh. Does that look any different from the rest?
They all look the same to me.
Well, that one's worth $22,500, Tommy. Real rare piece of change.
We're gonna be rich, huh, Vince?
Yeah.
Vince? The insulin. How many units was that?
How many units? About 80, I think. Maybe a little more.
No, it's supposed to be 40.
Right.
Vince? That's too much. Vince? Vince?
Sorry, Tommy. Just business.
Morning.
Well, you're out early.
They're most beautiful in the morning, coming awake, alive.
Oh,
don't do that. It's taken nearly 10 years to perfect this hybrid.
Sorry.
It's all right. You couldn't have known. I believe if I cross this with that dark red over there, I'll have the most beautiful rose ever created. A deep, deep red with just a tinge of yellow in the throat, the look of velvet. A true queen, like no other on earth ever before her. I must sound like a jelly-minded old fool.
No, not at all. They mean even more to you than the Eagles, don't they?
The Eagles belong to someone else now. These will always be mine.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Food's so good, I always eat too much.
Yeah. Yo. Yeah, how much do I owe you?
Forget it.
What do you mean, forget it? Somebody give you a raise in salary that I didn't authorize?
Forget it. You don't owe me anything.
Okay, thanks, big shot.
Well. You like talking or you still thinking?
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy boy. You know that partial that we lifted from the 32? That proves that this Walker is the guy that we pried from that hotel room, right?
Right.
He did 2 years in Nevada for grand theft. Completed his parole right here in this city. His last address was San Diego. Right.
Well, is that all supposed to add up to something?
Just that he's a thief who lived here. The last time he was known to be alive was in San Diego, which is as close to Mexico as you can get.
Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big, big gold producer, right?
Skipped across the border, picked up a satchel full of these, surfaced here.
And he was on a ship. We didn't buy a ticket.
Stowed away on a freighter.
Bribed a nice, cozy berth in steerage. You know, it's true.
What is?
What you always say. You work long enough as a cop, you start thinking like a crook.
Then you must know what else I'm thinking, huh, buddy boy?
A counterfeit operation.
That's right.
But if you're dealing in counterfeit coins, especially gold coins, it's a very special market.
A collector's market.
Right, and those guys can tell a phony.
Or buy from a dealer who can.
Yeah. We're gonna need an expert. I'll tell you what, I'll call a numismatic society and get us one.
The what?
The Numismatic Society.
I know. I know. Coin collectors.
Very good.
I worked a few crossword puzzles myself, you know, buddy boy.
Unit 8-1. Unit 8-1. 902 to Crime Lab.
Unit 8-1, 10-4. What have you got?
I thought you might want to look at these.
Who is it?
Paris and I are working on it now. Body washed up by Hunters Point this morning. Probably in a bay all night. Johnson saw the pictures. Thought it might tie.
Blonde. Oh, age is what, between 20 and 30? This our killer?
I've got a workup in progress now.
You got any ID?
Negative. Even the labels were stripped from the clothing.
What killed him?
The coroner says an insulin OD.
Did you get a set of prints?
In the works.
Let me know when you get a make.
Right.
Thanks, Charlie. Hey, maybe you're in the wrong department after all.
Agopians?
Vince,
Yes.
I gotta talk to you.
Karen Angel, now listen to me. I know how you feel, but there's nothing to worry about. Nothing can go wrong, and no one will be hurt if you do as I told you.
Vince, please, do you have to do it?
Yes, we have to do it. You and I together. And then we can be together, always, in style, the way we planned.
Look, I don't care about the money, all right? All I want is...
Well, I do care about money, Karen. I care very much. I care enough to have this whole thing set up right now. And I'm counting on you. Now, you have that case open. I'll be there at 9. Yes. Yes, this is Agopians. Well, I suppose so, but can I ask what this is about? Okay, okay, I'll be there shortly.
The basic design was changed twice after 1849. These changes were made in 1866 and 1907. Between 1907 and 1933, 57 issues were minted.
Terrific. Wonderful. Only 206 possibilities.
206, huh? You know, if I was going to counterfeit coins, I'd go for the rarest issues. Now, here's one, 1907. Check that out.
$22,000?
22.5, and that was 11 years ago.
For one coin, I got to get into this.
It's
That's
another
something
world.
else. Yep.
Yes, come in.
Lieutenant Stone?
Yeah, what can we do for you?
Well, I believe it's the other way around. You telephoned me for some kind of assistance. I'm Vincent Hagopian.
Oh, excuse me, I called you. I'm Inspector Keller.
How do you do?
This is Lieutenant Stone.
Yes, how do you do?
Oh, hope I haven't kept you waiting too long.
Not at all. We appreciate your coming. Why don't you sit down?
You want some coffee?
No, thank you.
Ah. I was told your shop deals with a lot of collectors of the Double Eagle.
Well, yes, we dealt quite a lot with them in the past, but not so much anymore. They've got too expensive.
Yeah, we were just looking at some of these prices. Incredible. There's one coin here, 22,500.
May I see it?
Sure.
Oh, yes, Sangodense type. It's extra high relief. It's sold for 22,500 in Chicago, 1963, I believe. But I take it you gentlemen have some special interest in eagles.
Well, we have reason to believe that we're looking for a counterfeiter.
Counterfeit eagles? Well, that sounds like a very complicated operation for a very limited market. I mean, I don't see how anyone could expect to pass them through a dealer without being discovered.
Well, that's why we wanted to talk to you. You see, we'd like to have a list of names of all the collectors in the city.
Yes, it would take a little while.
Well, we think the counterfeiter has about 100 of those planchettes, and he's had them for about 36 hours. Now, would it be possible for him to have stamped all the coins by now?
Yes, I suppose so, provided he had the die and the press already available.
Well, that could mean he's ready to make his move.
Excuse me, Lieutenant? What exactly did you mean by his move?
Well, you just said that it would be almost impossible to pass them through a dealer without being discovered.
Yes.
But how many collectors stop to look for minor imperfections once they've owned that rare coin for several years?
I see. You mean a switch. Transferring the counterfeit coins for the authenticated ones, and then selling those somewhere else where there's no risk of detection.
Sounds possible to me. How about you?
Sounds ingenious. And terribly important for someone in my field to help you to stop. But, Lieutenant, you'd want more than the names of collectors. You'd want a list of all the issues that would be most likely passed. You see, they'd have to be either proof or uncirculated to command any kind of price.
Well, what about this 1907 coin, for example?
Oh, no, I'd rule that out. That's too rare.
Well, can you give us issues that you can't rule out?
Yes. Be quite a lot. And about the collectors, I'd have to check my records in my shop to compile that list.
Well, we'd appreciate anything you gave us, Mr. Hagopian.
Would be my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day. Good day.
Good day.
This could take us 2 days just to put the right coins with the collectors Hagopian gave us.
Yeah, he helped a lot.
Yeah.
What do you know?
What?
Remember that coin that Hagopian said was too rare? The one that went for 22 G's?
Yep.
Take a look who bought it.
John R. James, San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. And if he owns that one, he owns others.
I don't remember his name on that list.
It's because it's not on there.
Well, how could he forget a name like that?
You know, I think that's worth asking Mr. Hagopian himself.
Go ahead. You've done it before. As distasteful a duty as I have burdened you with over the months, it seems. Go ahead.
You said this morning that these don't belong to you anymore. Have you agreed to sell them to someone?
What I said this morning is not for publication. What I'm going to tell you now is... This coin was minted in 1907. It's the most expensive double eagle ever on the market. I paid an exorbitant price, I know, but it had a sentimental value. You see, my Uncle Henry actually started this collection for me with an identical coin on my 7th birthday.
You began collecting these when you were 7 years old?
No, not exactly. I sold it to buy a train ticket. This was my start, you might say, and when I made it in the world, I determined to buy it back again someday.
Well, why the rest?
I became enamored of these in my search for this. For instance...
Mr. James, I'd much rather think of you with the roses than with all of these.
Lock it out. This may become a mellow evening after all. All set?
Yes.
Let's break out the brandy. You know, whether or not we ever finish that book I brought you here to write. I've enjoyed your company, Karen.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for being more than just somebody an old man can babble on to about his yesterdays. And for being someone who understands just why and how he spent them the way he did. I think you probably understand everything about me except my eagles, even after hearing how I came to collect them.
Well, it isn't important that I understand that.
Well, it isn't important I keep their future from you either, provided it remains off the record.
Of course.
I've said they already belong to someone else. That's true. A trust owns them all, has for several years. When I die, they'll be sold at auction. The proceeds will go to the English department at the university. That's how we met, actually. Dean Robertson told me I wouldn't be disappointed in you in any respect. That's proved to be true, too.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Remember this morning when I told you the roses were different? They had always belonged to me.
Yes.
Well, that was some sort of a fantasy, I suppose, an old man's idea of immortality. I could see my creation, my Queen Rose, carrying on my name long after I was gone. They deserve something much better. They deserve to be named after a beautiful woman. I'd like very much to name that rose after you, with your permission. What do you say? Shall it be Queen Karen?
Good evening.
Police?
We're sorry to be intruding, but we'd like to speak to Mr. James, please.
Mr. James isn't to be disturbed.
Isabel, what is it?
Lieutenant Stone, Inspector Keller. We're with Homicide. We'd like to talk to you about your collection of double eagles.
I failed to make any connection between my eagles and homicide.
Well, if you gave us a few moments, I'm sure we could make that connection for you.
Very well. This way, gentlemen. There they are.
Now, that's all of them, right?
Yes, Inspector, that is all of them. 40 to be exact, with an average value of over $12,000.
Mr. James, did you know a dealer in this city by the name of Vincent Hagopian?
Very well. I used to deal with him exclusively before he died.
Died?
About a year and a half ago.
Well, we just talked to him this afternoon.
His son. Had to be his son.
Would be. He took over the business, but he's not the expert his father was. He hasn't the same love for it.
He didn't mention that either.
Maybe we ought to find out what else he forgot to mention. Say, may I use your phone?
Certainly.
Thank you.
You still haven't explained why you're here.
We're looking for counterfeits, Mr. James.
Counterfeit eagles here? Impossible.
Who has access to your case?
There's only one key. I keep it with me at all times.
May I?
Stone. Let me talk to Lessing. Lessing, Stone. I want to make on Vincent Hagopian, Jr. He owns a coin shop on Maiden Lane. Now, his name and address is on my desk. Go over there and pick it up.
Gloves?
I'll hold.
Desk, left drawer.
You got it? We'll go over to R&I and find out if by any chance there's a tie between this Hagopian and our other body, Ernie Walker.
Body? What's he talking about?
Well, we've had 2 killings we believe are connected with this counterfeiting.
Did you get a make on that insulin OD yet? All right. Check Hagopian's neighborhood and find out if the 2 of them were ever seen together. Anywhere. Now, you know where to look. The bars, his coin shop, apartment. Let me know what turns up.
When was the last time you opened this, sir?
Less than a half an hour ago.
And were you alone?
No, I was with a friend, a young lady. She's my house guest.
May we speak to her, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Got anything?
I don't know. Mr. James, this coin.
It's an 83 proof. Only 40 in the world.
Could you look at it through the glass? We've taken sort of a 2-day crash course because of this case, but those hairline scratches, I believe you experts call them cast marks, they wouldn't be on a coin in proof condition, would they?
No. They weren't here when I bought this coin.
You didn't buy that coin, Mr. James. Somebody just gave it to you.
Hagopian?
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Will you ask Miss Pearson to join us, please?
Well, Miss Pearson just left, sir. I heard her car in the driveway.
Say, this girl, does she know Hagopian?
Not well.
But she did know him.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I introduced them myself several months ago when he came here one day to make a delivery.
Have they seen each other since then?
I wouldn't know. Certainly she couldn't be involved in anything like this. She's a very simple young woman.
And if I read this Hagopian right, he's no simple young man.
We'll need a description of Miss Pearson, sir. What's her first name?
Karen.
Vince! Vince, open the door. Vince!
What are you doing here? I told you to wait for me.
The police came.
The police?
Yeah, we were wrong. Look, we gotta take it back.
Never mind, never mind. What did they want? What did they say?
I don't know. I left as soon as they came.
Help me. Let me get these mailed.
Vince, stop. Look, we have to take it back, all of it. It doesn't belong to him anymore.
I know it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to me, and they'll be waiting for me in Spain.
Oh, please. Look, I'll make it up for you. We don't need this.
I'll tell you what I don't need. I don't need you, your whining mouth, or your pawing me anymore.
I'll call an ambulance.
Good.
How long do you think she'll get?
Who?
Who? Karen.
Well, I'm a DA. She turned evidence. Identified Tom from the Gopian shop. That'll help her a little. What's this?
Got your names on them.
In appreciation, John R. James.
Silver dollar.
Where's that book? Where's the book?
Yeah.
What year is that?
1882.
Looks pretty shiny, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Think they're uncirculated?
Oh, I'd say they're uncirculated.
Hey, we're rich.
Yeah?
Yeah, $4 a piece.
Dream Listen, can you keep the meter running? I'll be about 5 minutes.
Can do.
Here you go.
Hey, thanks, man.
Katie, thanks for pinch hitting today. Must be the flu. The girls are dropping like flies. No kidding, though. You really bailed me out.
If you had any class, you'd take me to lunch.
It's tough to get too classy when you got a wife and 3 kids. How about Dutch at the deli?
You're on.
Are you sure that guy you've been seeing won't get bent out of shape if he finds out?
You better.
Freeze. Turn around. Turn around. Move. You, stay put. Anybody else moves, they're dead. You, fill that up, just the bills. The rest of you tellers, move away from those windows. Come on, lady, move faster. You open the door, duck squat. You heard me, duck squat. That's fine there, lady. Move to the next drawer. Come on, move.
Wow. Hey, man, this stuff is unreal, you know?
Hey, Tonto, you gonna buy something or just stand around with your mouth flapping all day?
Oh, come on, man. Don't pull no numbers on me. I'm just waiting for my gig, you dig?
Well, wait in your hack, all right? This ain't the public library.
Okay, man, okay. Don't get hassled.
Hey, let's go, buddy.
Right away, sir.
And the woman, the one that was hit?
Kate Evans. She was right over here. Over there behind that desk. She started to get up, and then she started to move toward him, and... Who moved towards him? Miss Evans, Kate Evans. I guess the guy thought she was going to scream or something. He hit her so hard.
So, Davis, let me ask you, is it normal for a branch bank like this to be carrying 100,000 on hand?
No, that's just the point. Never, except on Thursday. More of a courtesy than anything else, just to cash the payroll checks for our customers.
Who knows about that?
Anybody who banks here, I suppose.
Or works here.
Well, I don't quite understand that kind of a comment, Inspector. Are you suggesting that one of our employees is involved in this?
Mike?
Check it out.
Excuse me.
Mr. Davis, you said the man had a green top coat and he put the money in a brown leather case. You didn't see his face, you didn't see his hands. Tell me, what did you notice? Did you notice the way he spoke? Did he have an accent?
Accent? No.
Use any funny phrases?
Oh, well, I don't really think it was important.
Go on, it might be.
Well, he said something that I hadn't heard since basic training.
What was that?
Duck squat. There was a customer over here trying to slip out, and he told him to duck squat.
Duck squat, eh? Okay. Now, you say he came in through that side door, and how did he go out?
The same, the side.
All right, Mr. Davis, thank you very much. We'll keep in touch. Climb on the horn to headquarters, have him go through the bank robbery files. And ask him if the phrase duck squat has been used in any job in the last couple of years.
Yes, operator, I understand. Yes, I have some change coming. How much is it? 15 cents? Well, that's not necessary, but it's very sweet of you. Yes, my name is Catherine Evans, and you can mail it to 3217 Union Street. Yes. Thank you very much.
Miss Evans? I'm sorry. My name is Stephen Keller. I'm an inspector with the police department. If you're feeling up to it, I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you.
I was listening to the radio, and they said that the security guard had been killed. Is that so?
Yes. Do you recognize the gunman?
No.
You're sure?
Yes. Why?
Well, why did you move towards him during the robbery?
Did I?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. No, I don't have any explanation for that, except the doctors say I probably sustained some kind of shock.
But you moved towards him before you were hit, ma'am.
I'm sorry. This really is not my finest hour. Maybe we can continue these questions later.
Just have a couple more questions.
You don't give up easily, do you?
Man's dead. I don't really see how I can.
So you think the market has really bottomed out, Aideen?
Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I'm just trying to pump your young man to see if I can get a few tips to pass on to those who seem to be systematically destroying my portfolio.
Lindsay tells me you've turned a profit yourself these last few days.
Well...
Daddy, you're about as subtle as a sledgehammer. What he's really asking you is if you can support me in the style I'm accustomed to. And the answer is yes. Now that that's finally off your chest, can I get my partner out in the court, please?
Well, I thought we might have one drink together.
Sorry about that. He still needs some work on his backhand before he's perfect.
Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Mike, how you hitting him?
Oh, not bad. Not good, but not bad. You know how it is. Listen, did you see anything out here during that trouble at the bank?
Sorry, Mike. I didn't even know anything was going on till the first black and white blew in.
You didn't see anything at all during that time? A guy with a top coat and a briefcase?
Oh, come on, Mike. Look around. How many top coats and briefcases go by here in a day?
Look, I'm not talking about all day. I'm talking about 10 minutes, 15 minutes the most. Now, he hit that bank at 1 o'clock. He was out in 5 minutes. That put him on the street around 5 minutes before 1 and 5 minutes after. He had on a green coat, and he was carrying a brown leather case. So don't you give me any of that everybody looks alike out here jazz.
You really want him bad, don't you? That mean he cashed somebody?
Security guard.
Old Charlie Bates? Oh, no. Why, I've been selling him for... Oh, why, a nice old guy like that.
Come on, Johnny, think. 1 o'clock.
I don't know, Mike. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Maybe.
What?
There was a guy. Came out of the hotel just before the black and white rolled in. And he had a briefcase. But I couldn't swear about Brown.
He came out of the hotel?
Yeah.
Sure, that figures. He could have ducked in the back and come out here. Was he alone or was somebody waiting for him? How did you happen to pick him out?
The cabbie. He kept bugging me. A real weirdo. You know, long hair, a real loose end.
Cabbie, huh?
Yeah.
The cab was waiting for him with the motor running. Pretty smart. Could have pulled right into traffic as though nothing had happened, right?
Right.
Name of the cab company?
Let's see, the Golden Gate, I think.
Golden Gate.
You know, they got a lot of those ding-dongs driving for them.
They have. Anything else?
No, but Mike, that's not to say he was your man.
Maybe not. But it's a start, Johnny. It's a doggone good start.
No, wait,
Come on,
Mike.
take
No,
Thanks
please.
a lot.
Just nail the crumb for old Charlie.
Hi, love. What you doing? Hey, what happened to you?
Didn't you get my message?
What message?
I called your office from the hospital.
Hospital? Darling, what happened?
The bank was robbed.
You're kidding. But wait a minute, you weren't there, were you? You're supposed to be off today.
Well, one of the girls was sick. Tom Davis called me to fill in.
Darling, I can't believe it. Oh, are you all right? I mean, how did you get hurt?
The man hit me.
Oh, no.
I'm all right. He killed a guard, though.
Oh, my God. Oh, you poor darling. You've been through all that? Well, are you sure you're all right? Listen, I'm going to get a hold of Frank Kamer, have him take a look at you and run some tests.
Dean, I just came from the hospital.
Well, who saw you there? Some intern just out of med school? Listen, darling, you deserve the best, and Frank Kamer is the best. You still look a little shaky to me.
I don't need another doctor. I don't need another doctor. I just need you to hold me. Just hold me. Just please hold me.
All right, baby. It's okay. It's okay.
Hold me.
What is this, a power shortage?
No, film festival.
Film festival.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that developed pretty fast, buddy boy.
Yeah. Lab needed the overtime. There, right there.
What?
She knew him. I'm sure of it.
Well, I thought you did. There's a big difference, buddy boy.
Hey, you guys want to give us a little light around here?
Yeah, Bill, sorry. Even when I talked to her, I knew she was holding something back.
Well, run a make on her.
Got R&I on it.
Good. What about the taxi?
No word yet.
Well, jump on him again. Tell him we want it now, not next week.
Mike?
Yeah.
Duck Squad, that phrase match you asked for?
Uh-huh.
Turned up a guy with 2 priors, both armed robbery and both branch banks.
He used the same expression?
He did the last time out.
Come on.
Bill, push those guys for that tax information. Check this number out, will you?
Okay.
Thank you.
Poor pretty boy. Still don't feel well, do you?
Morning.
Morning.
How you feel?
Like a new woman.
Nothing wrong with the old one, if you ask me. Hey, you're up early this morning. Where are you off to?
Oh, just thought I'd go out and get a breath of fresh air. Nothing special.
Give me a chance to get dressed. I'll go with you.
You have to play golf with some clients.
So I can cancel.
Don't be silly.
You sure?
Positive. To be continued.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Have a good morning.
You too, hon.
I just scored 100 foul. I don't think I'd return here for anything.
Anybody ever tell you you'd make a lousy crook?
You think being a cop was my first choice?
Check the bag.
Yeah?
Taylor? Binks, Taylor?
Who wants to know?
Police.
Stay!
Okay, man.
down the wall. Let's go. Look, what are you doing? Man, I'm gonna get you in trouble. You got no business hassling me like
Yeah,
this.
what do you know about the Bay National Bank?
The what?
The bank, man, the bank.
Man, I don't know nothing about no bank.
All right, Taylor, duck squat.
What?
You heard me, man, duck squat. Put your hands behind your neck.
Lose something, Taylor?
Say, you know I gotta fly to Denver tonight to see a client.
You know, sometimes I get the feeling you've got another girl hidden away.
You really should see someone about your fantasies, my dear.
Anybody in particular?
You couldn't afford the price.
We'd work it out.
I'll call you tonight, love.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Kate, please.
Get away from me.
No, listen to me, please.
You hurt
no,
me.
No, darling, I can explain.
Let go of me.
No, please listen to me. Darling, she's a client, nothing more. It's an account I need. I swear to God, nothing more.
What did you need me for? The bank?
Don't do it, Katie. Please, not till we can talk. You don't know what happened or why it happened. Darling, I did it for us. Everything was for us. I love you, Katie. Please, I love you.
Would you turn around, please? Turn around. Now, you mind telling me what that was all about?
It was my fault, officer. He was just trying to keep me from doing something foolish.
I don't deserve you, darling. I really don't. I destroyed everything we had together. How can I expect you to understand why I had to do it?
I understood. You told me and I understood.
You say you do because you're beautiful. Really beautiful. You know, I was scared back there. Terrified. And I can't allow that fear to involve you in what I did. I should have told that cop right then, but I couldn't. I think I can now. I just had to tell you first.
No. You took that money to cover what you stole from the firm. Now that you've put it back, nobody knows. And nobody knows about the bank but me.
I have to do it, darling. I can't live with myself anymore. I have to get it over with.
Dean, listen to me. That security guard died. I know you didn't mean for him to, but he did. That means a life sentence, even with parole. Dean, I'm not young anymore. By the time you're free... I love you. Don't ask me how or why. I just do.
I love you and I need you now.
Okay, okay. Well, what about the stash? Well, you bet I saw him throw it, and I saw him belt my partner to get a chance to do it. Well, you just give us the dates, and we'll both be there. Scratch Taylor, he's got an alibi. He was in court all day yesterday trying to beat an assault rap.
Well, I guess we knew that when we nailed him.
Listen, you got something smaller for $1?
Did you look in the kitty?
Yeah, but there's not enough.
Put in an IOU.
Oh, come on now, a dime. You gotta have a dime.
Man, how come I always gotta have a dime when you never do?
What do you mean, never do?
If I kept track of how much money I put in for your coffee habit, I'd have a week's pay by now.
Okay, buddy boy. What's chewing on you?
I don't know, I guess it's that bank guard just about to retire. Boom. Also, all these dead ends. I just got this from R&I.
So that's it, huh? Pride.
Now, wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute. Now, before you get the old needle in too far, remember, you're the man that told me to listen to my gut as well as my head, and my gut tells me that woman's covering up.
Well, there's nothing she had to cover on a record like this. Not even a parking ticket. No debt, save one credit. Same address for the past 17 years, same phone number, same job. There's no passport. That means she didn't do any traveling.
Right.
Lifestyle hasn't changed any. There's nothing here that sounds like all of a sudden she'd jump into the middle of a bank.
You're right. I got nothing. All I got is what I feel and what I saw in that film. A picture of a woman walking towards a man with a gun. I know she's as straight as could be, but you want to tell me she's going to talk that dude into backing out the same way he came in or something? I mean, what was she doing?
You tell me.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know, but I want to find out. I want to put a team on her and have her staked out.
Hold it. Hold it right there. Now, wait a minute. Maybe I did tell you sometime or other to play your hunches. But you do know, don't you, that somebody has to pay for them, huh? Now, what do you think we'd look like asking for a stakeout on information like this?
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
I found your cabbie.
Oh, good.
Here's that number, Steve.
Thanks, Bill.
What number?
Just a hunch. I'm not leaving myself open yet.
Miss Evans, is it?
Yes.
And you're a friend of Dean's?
Yes, quite a good friend.
Sorry, I don't remember his mentioning you.
No, I'm sure he never did.
Is there something I can do for you?
Did he give you that?
What?
A ring.
Yes. I'm sorry, I guess I...
gave him the bracelet?
Yes.
The gold bracelet. He's been wearing it for the last 3 months. Is that when you became engaged?
Yes. Forgive me, Miss Evans, but I don't...
Miss Campbell, you asked me a question that I didn't answer. Yes, there's something you can do for me. And for yourself. You can give him up.
What did you say?
You can give him up. He's not for you, and you're not for him. He's a cripple. He's a strange, confused boy, really, and he's trying so hard to...
Who are you?
Have you ever wondered about the times when he couldn't be with you, when he had to be somewhere else? I'm it. The business meetings, the trips out of town, the late-night work, the golf games with clients.
You and Dean? I'm sorry, I just don't believe it.
I know. I didn't believe it either, Miss Campbell, until I found out that you were all those things. So whether you care to admit it or not, Miss Campbell, we have a great deal in common. The only difference is you can never forgive Dean, and I can. I lost my pride a long time ago. I'll be 41 years old before this year is over. And before my life is over, I won't...
Get out!
Yeah, a real smooth dude, yeah. I figured he was doing all right in one of those places, too, you know. He laid a 5 on me when I took him back.
Is it one of those places, meaning where you picked him up and dropped him off?
Yeah, you know, stocks and bonds, stuff like that. You know, a cat could make a real nice little stash if you like that kind of hassle.
Yeah, what's the address?
Oh, no address, just a corner. Same one I picked him up at.
What corner was that?
Montgomery and Bush.
Well, it's terrific, huh? Just great. Right in the middle of money market. You know, it would take, at least 5 years, 10 years to canvass all these offices here.
Give me $1, will you?
What do you want with the $1?
Gotta make a phone call. You took my last time.
Okay, what's the deal?
Same prefix. This could be the best time you ever spend your life, Lieutenant.
Well, it's a dime to you, but it's a buck to me, and I still don't have any idea what it's going to buy.
All right, when I went to the hospital to see Kate Evans, she was on a payphone. She must have put a quarter in on a dime call because the operator was going to give her her money back. You know how they do? Anyway, I didn't think much of it then, but later on it hit me.
What hit you?
Who was she called? So I know they keep records of things like that. I had Tanner check it out, and he gave me this. Could you repeat that, please? Thank you very much. Fox, Crane, and Gorman.
The way you describe him, it just has to be Mr. Knox. You know, he's as well known around here for his wardrobe as his knowledge of Wall Street.
Well, we certainly appreciate what you're doing for us.
Not at all. That's his office straight ahead.
I told you what she said.
Do you happen to know who she is?
His fiancée, I think. Or maybe it was.
Steve, you got it. Well, thank you very much. I'll announce myself.
Yes, Catherine Evans is one of my clients. Small investments, of course. I mean, nothing more than 10 shares at a time. But I don't follow, Lieutenant. Are you trying to tell me you suspect Miss Evans of being involved in this robbery?
Well, you do know she works at that bank.
Yes. I mean, no, I mean, I didn't know that she worked in that bank. I knew she worked at a bank somewhere. But, I mean, like I said, she's not a very large investor.
Well, I just thought being her broker and all, you might know if she had any money troubles.
Well, I wish I could help you, sir, but as far as I'm aware, Miss Evans has no financial problems at all. None.
That's good enough for me. Say, I appreciate your time.
Not at all.
Say, I suppose in your business a lot of clowns come to you and ask you for, but if you did have a few beans laying around and you'd like to see them grow a little.
Right, I'll tell you what, we're getting a lot of action recently from National Wheel and Brake.
National Wheel and Brake?
Right, it's gone up 7 points this week already.
7 points.
And I suspect it's going to hit another 15 to 20 before it starts to peak.
National Wheel and Brake.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Reverse it. Move in on his wrist. Hold it right there. I knew it. I knew I'd seen it before. Turn it off.
Bet Kate Evans recognized it too?
I'll bet she gave it to him.
I don't know. That looked pretty expensive. That looked more like that Campbell girl style, you know?
Finally found a way to join it.
Yeah. We want to bring him in?
No, not yet. The DA would laugh us right out of the office. You know the mask that he had on there is nothing compared to the one that he put on from me? Mr. Innocence. I bet you if they gave him a lie detector test, he wouldn't even wiggle the needle. We gotta find something to lock him up good, something solid. How about your lady, buddy boy? Think we can crack her?
Yeah, I think so, if she knows, yeah.
She knows. The question is, does she know too much for her own good?
Happy?
You know I am.
You didn't tell anybody, did you?
You said not to.
You sure you want to stick with me?
You know that, too.
Your last chance to bail out.
Miss Evans.
She ain't here.
You know where she is?
Vacation.
Well, where?
I don't know.
Ma'am, it's very important.
They wanted to be by themselves.
They?
Her boyfriend. Say, is she in any kind of trouble or anything?
She could be unless we find her, yes.
I promise not to tell anyone. But, well, she left Pretty Boy with me. Oh, the bird. He's been sick with pneumonia. It's a big responsibility. What do I know from birds? Anyway, she told me if anything happened to him, I could reach her at Pinewood Lodge.
It's Marin County.
And plenty private. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What are you smiling about?
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful sunset.
You're an incorrigible romantic, dear.
I know. I am. I had to invent most of my life. I must have been the loneliest person in the world till I met you. Now, how'd I get into that?
Let's go down to the point and watch the sunset. Well, I'm delighted you're so overwhelmed with my suggestion.
It's not that. It's just that I've always had this thing about heights.
Of course, darling. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Why, it's silly, I know. I mean, you'd think after all these years I would have worked it out.
Not to worry, we'll think of something else.
No, if you want to go to the point to watch the sunset, let's go to the point and watch the sunset.
Okay.
You the boys from the city?
Did you find him?
Nobody registered here under the names you radioed in.
But what about the descriptions?
Well, a guy at the desk says a couple checked in a little earlier. He didn't see him. His wife gave him the key while he was having lunch.
Check the unit.
Nobody there. Car's still here, though.
What about the trail?
Thought the best thing I could do till you guys got here was keep my eye on the car.
Stay with it. Come on.
You're right. It's beautiful.
Come here, love.
No, not yet. Dean,
What?
I have a confession to make.
Oh, really?
I talked to Lindsay Campbell.
Yeah, I know. You didn't have to do that, Kate.
You didn't have to lie to me either. I would have understood. I understood the moment I saw her. She's young and wealthy and beautiful and all the things a man like you really wants. All the things I'm not.
How could you understand? I mean, what do you really know about me, Kate?
I know you brought me up here to kill me.
You believe that and you still came?
I had to. Am I wrong?
Hey, you know, Kate, when you first started to work at that bank, I was still in high school fighting for tips at the country club, parking cars, carrying golf bags, cleaning out the locker rooms, watching the beautiful people glide in and out like they own the world. You know what they did? At least the world I wanted to belong to. Do you have any understanding of what I'm trying to say? No. No, none at all. All you ever wanted was a man, right? Just a man, any man.
You used me. You used me to find out when the bank was most vulnerable, and it worked, didn't it? Because you knew I was vulnerable.
I've always been curious, Kate. Did you ever think I could love you? I mean, didn't it ever occur to you that you and I don't even breathe the same air? It doesn't matter. I do want you to know that I didn't plan for any of this to happen. For you to die, I mean. Come on, Kate.
I loved you very much, and you betrayed me. I loved you so much.
Kate.
But you've never suffered. You have never suffered the way you made me suffer. You've never suffered the way you made me suffer, and you're evil, Dean. You're evil.
Take him.
Help! Dean, please help!
Your choice.
Are you all right?
I don't know. I guess I won't know for a very long time.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Give me a paper.
Yeah. No game yesterday.
I know that. What do you think? I only read the box scores?
What is this with the financial section?
Here we go, over the counter.
What's over the counter?
National Wheel and Brake.
Now, wait a minute. Is that stock Knox turned John to?
Uh-huh. Oh, here it is. Now, let's see. Why, that no-good, chiseling, lousy bum.
Did you put your savings into it?
No, I didn't put my savings into it. But for the first time in his life, he was telling the truth. Up 21 points.
Serves you right.
Serves me right. What do you mean, serves me right? Do you know what it means, up 21 points? Do you know what a fella can do with that kind of dough? Up 21 points.